misinformation out there. And I came here today to set the record straight. There was a wedding ceremony at my first grade playground. And if my memory serves me correct, both Matt and Danielle were in my wedding party. So as you know, the hustle and bustle of wedding preparations, how they go. If I didn't have a chance to thank you at the time, we say, thank you for being there in my special I also believe Matt gave me some pretty sound advice on the dissolution of marital property. But I got 5 or 6 more, and that's by far the best one. So, as for Lindsay Turkish, I hear she's doing well. Still out there looking for love in all the wrong places.
Not true.
Yeah, not seeing what's right there. That's not why we're here today. Unlike Jeremy, I care about these people too, and I did prepare for a while. So originally I thought I had 2 distinct roads in front of me when I sat down to write this, but it turns out there's 3. We could have talked about shattering glass for a while. But no, I had 2 very distinct roads in front of me. I could sit here and talk to people about how these 2 have meant so much to me over literally the last 20 years of my life. How I've shared the most intimate details of my life with you 2, and how, in turn, I like to think you've shared your lives with me. Now, I could certainly do that. Or, I can take this opportunity and absolutely horrify friends and family and share all the embarrassing moments we've had over the last 20 years. And I think we can all agree that the second option is way better. So, thank you. So,
amazing opening statement.
Danielle, we'll start with you first.
Come on, Broadway.
I try to pick something that perfectly encapsulates our time together. Some story somewhere down the line, and then it became very easy. We're going to talk about some white bread. For those who don't know, white bread is a simple game with very simple rules. All you need is an operable automobile and a very thinly sliced loaf of white bread. Now again, very simple. There is a driver, and then there are all the challengers. The challengers each take a turn in the passenger seat. Now, the way the game is played is that the driver will pull up alongside an unsuspecting motorist at a red light, and that passenger will give the international symbol for roll down the window. Now, that other car is probably thinking to themselves, oh, these young kids must be lost. We are not. Now, the next step is very key. You look at that driver right in the face and you say, very innocently, would you like some white bread? Now, shock generally sets in at this moment because of all the questions you could be asked. This is probably the last one you're expecting. While they're formulating this whole mental gymnastic situation, like, why are they asking about white bread? You start flinging little pieces of bread. Now, they're obviously going to roll up the window, everybody takes a turn at a different car, and whoever gets the most pieces in the car wins the game. See? Very simple. Now, I'm doing my best to avoid eye contact with Steve Nicholson at this time. We played this game once and only once. And just to put everyone at ease, we all wear seatbelts. I'm pretty sure most of us wear seatbelts. I'm pretty sure at least Danielle wears seatbelts.
You're a liar. What is that?
Oh. So anyway, we played this game once and only once. There were a couple people with us in the car. Everybody was talking this big game about how, yeah, I'm definitely going to play when we get up there. But only 2 amongst us had the gall or the bravado to actually do this. I was one of them. Relax, ladies. The second one was Danielle. Now, this game was played with varying degrees of success over that night. I'm not going to sit here and say that there wasn't a high-speed chase. I'm not going to tell you that there weren't death threats from other drivers, because I'm not going to allow you to find people who put your seat straight. But let's fast forward to the moment that Danielle steps up to bat. She sits in that car, she gets her bread ready. we're driving eastbound on Jericho Turnpike at the intersection of Underhill Boulevard. Maybe you've heard of it. We pull alongside a middle-aged woman in a mid-sized sedan. Maybe a mid-sized woman. Danielle gets up there and she gives that signal, roll out the window, and this nice woman, this future recipient of complex carbohydrates, rolls out the window, and we all wait. And Danielle says, very calmly, very innocently, do you know where we could buy some white bread? And we're all sitting there like, that's definitely not the way to play this. But let's see how this goes. And she's opening up the bread, she's getting it ready. And the woman looks at us and says, oh yeah, there's a key color right there. You just go a couple of blocks that way, it's on the left, big sign, if it's open you can't miss it. They'll definitely have some white bread. Sorry. So, at that point, Danielle says thank you because she has manners. Window rolls back up and the game is over. I love this story because to me it perfectly encapsulates the reasons why I love you. It's got this sense of adventure, up for anything, always going to do whatever it takes to have some good times. But you also have compassion for those around you. And one could argue that maybe you form this instantaneous bond with this stranger in a car on Underhill Boulevard. But more than likely, you couldn't bring yourself to bring harm to another person. Now, well, we all had bread in our hands that night. Danielle maintained her integrity and stayed above the bread. I'm glad you're laughing, Mac, because you're up next. I don't see any drinks in front of you. You can have it back in your bag. I'm taking it. Yeah, because we're going to talk about sleepaway camp for a little bit. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to do that too. Had a rough night so far. No. I agonized over this for a really long time. I went through all of the times we had together, and I came to the very sad realization that you're the responsible. And I never thought that would be the thing. I looked very hard to find skeletons in your closet, but I couldn't find any. I think maybe because they're filled with tight pants and short bathing suits. But I went through I'm talking about elementary school, middle school, same basketball teams, high school. We were counselors at Pierce Country Day Camp together. And I know, how could I not think of anything from that? But it turns out you were a darn fine counselor.
Justin Heller.
Justin Heller, on the other hand. No, I went to visit you in Wisconsin every year. I mean, I did get us kicked out of a football game, but that's just an example of you being a good friend. You left me waiting outside of McDonald's on death's door so you could get some chicken nuggets. I'm pretty sure you bought me chicken nuggets. Again, that's just you being a good friend. So, can't use that. I mean, I could talk about senior year of high school business law where we took my cell phone, put the ringer on loud, walked all the way across the classroom before class started, and snuck that cell phone into an unsuspecting junior's backpack. And again, we did not know who this person was. This person didn't know us either. And throughout the class, whenever there was like a moment of silence, Matt would call my cell phone loud. And I'm pretty sure we broke that poor teacher. She muttered something about life's too short as she left. She's definitely not teaching us. Or I could talk about how you rallied the troops when my parents were on vacation and organized beer pong at 6:30 in the morning. But that's just you being a natural leader. That's not bad. And look, we all went to high school right afterwards, and you arranged safe and sober drivers. That's you being responsible. But then I thought of something really weird, really strange, something that I'm hoping you have just lodged in the deepest of subconscious and don't remember at all. So I want to talk about a time we were at B Bar and Grill on Boundary. We were under 21. And we were drinking like we didn't know how because we didn't. And I'm sorry, Rick, Andrea. I really wish you didn't find out this way, but we did occasionally drink under 21, and it wasn't okay. Anyway, we were sitting at a table, not unlike this one before us, and somebody ordered shots of tequila. I don't know who did it, but not to make the story about me, I do not like tequila. Tequila makes me throw up. So we all took our shots, and as soon as it hit, like clockwork, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. Right now, I get this out of my system. And so, if I'm sitting I get up, I look around, and excuse myself, and at the same time, Matt does the same thing. Gets up and excuses himself. And so, the table's a little bit closer to the wall, so we're trying to maneuver around the tables and chairs. And I was hoping that Matt would lead the way, but those girlish hips didn't do anything. And so we hit the corner of the table, who of course are filled with friends and then also strangers that we don't know. And as we hit the corner, he looks at me and just throws up. He looks up to see if anybody saw him, and the only person was me. And we just continued. And I laugh about that because I just pictured the poor employee of that bar at 4 in the morning thinking his day is over, and then finds a little bit of Matt Silverman at that restaurant. Now, Matt, Danielle, it's hard for me to express the heartfelt portion of the speech, but I'll try. Danielle, your quest for the unique and interesting has broke us, I'm talking about all of us, from our lethargy, and have shoved us outside of our comfort zone. And not to speak for everybody, but I'm going to. You made us better people for sure. Matt, you've been my consummate benchmark. I've measured myself based upon you my entire life. And you're winning. No, and I know you're going to disagree, and you're going to disagree a lot, but you do have a quiet confidence about you that everything you're going to do is going to be successful. And you are. And so at this point, I'm not going to take any more of anybody's time up. I want to raise my glass at this point. They are bonds be as tight as Matt's pants. And may our future disagreements be as short as Matt's bathing suit. I love you both.